Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This is another battle of completing missions, and it's the LT15 mission completion for the Object 260, or LT15.4. Tank being used is the T49, and it's Tiger Girl 20 from GSL Clan again. You probably noticed that that was LT15.3 a couple of days ago, but that was just updating the mission to complete honours to get the orders that go with getting honours. The orders you use to basically complete missions that you find really difficult, or to allow you to, not do a whole line of completions. Anyway, Prokhorovka is the map we're on, and it's probably the best map for completing light tank missions on. Fair bit depends on the number of light tanks in the game, of course, and how aggressive they are, whether they'll take the damage away from you. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the mission conditions. The T49 of the enemy is just circling around there trying to spot tanks, but with this bush position, you're unlikely to get spotted until they're within about 100 meters of you. All right, LT15 for the Object 260 needs 8,000 hit points of damage combined from the assistance that you do by tracking or spotting, and also the damage that you do directly. And to get honours, to get 5 vehicles killed by your spotting or destroying their tracks so that they're immobile while they're being shot, and also to win the battle. So again, being a tier 9, tier 10 match, there's plenty of hit points available, and that makes it again that ideal for completing this mission. Now here we've got the T49 spotted, and that may have been the commander's vision system in use there. I don't have confirmation of that, but just advancing up this line of bushes will keep you concealed, but if you've got CVS in your equipment, it reduces the camo effect of the bushes that the enemy tanks are getting, which is sort of ideal for coming through a long line of bushes like this. But what you need to do is basically just keep advancing slowly, or starting and stopping, so that your vision picks up the enemy tanks, and that's what's been used to take out that standard B. Already up to 3,000 hit points of damage, and there's plenty of tanks being spotted. Now, a fair bit relies on that your support tanks have got sort of line of sight to the tanks that you've spotted so that they can get damaged. Very little point spotting tanks that they can't damage. So you need to make sure that they just back you up and follow you through to take advantage of the spotting. Now you notice that the EBR was there, potentially taking spotting damage away, but basically paid the price of being too aggressive. One thing in an EBR is you just can't stop, and they just said the team sucks. Yeah, well, okay, play better. Would be probably a better response there. So, sorry, EBR 90 driver, I don't think you are really cut out to be a light tank driver. Anyway, now notice here the E3, T110 E3 is pushing up, and so Tiger Girl is backing away, trying to keep that tank out of the proximity range. That's the white circle around your tank on the mini-map. So it's essential that no tank gets that close to you. Now this is pretty risky here, but that you can see the tank's been tracked and hopefully calling out to get it damaged. Is it going to keep moving, or whatever the case is? But you've got to have your map awareness around you to keep vision of your mini-map and keep aware of how close tanks get to you. Any tank that gets within that circle will immediately auto-spot you. So basically, yeah, the E3 is now being taken out, and that removes that risk. So there's still at least a couple of tanks left there. There's the FV4085 losing damage there, and it's ticking away. So up to nearly 7,000 hit points of damage now. So getting close, 7,300. It's really getting there. That Progetto in the corner is going to be an irritation, but using the wreck of the T110E3 gives you a bit of hard cover, but also to poke through the gaps so you can keep the spotting up. It's essential that you keep discipline and do not shoot. Shooting will reduce your camo value immediately to a point where you're most likely to get spotted, particularly at these sort of distances. So it's essential that all you do is basically keep them lit and pull back a little bit if you think you're in an exposed position, particularly if there's a gap in the bushes. Just pull back, and because you'll keep them lit for at least 10 seconds. Now there are also some of the new equipment modules that will give you longer spotting, so just be aware of that if you're using, relying on your spotting. You can keep tanks spotted for up to at least 14 seconds, maybe 16, I'm not 100% sure about that. But anyway, talking about threats, the M48 Patton is just there in the middle of the field. Now that's a very dangerous tank too, as even though it's a medium tank, it's got one of the highest view ranges in the game. So that can basically be used to defeat camo. So keeping that tank spotted and maybe taken out will be essential. And if that tank gets too close, then they might spot you through the bushes in any case. Now, one thing you're relying on here is that potentially the other tanks aren't communicating with each other on the enemy team. That Progetto has been basically kept insta-spotted right through this period. So either they've lost the sense of what Sixth Sense is telling them, because Sixth Sense will only go off the first time. If you stay spotted, it won't come on again. But if you go dark and obviously get respotted, you'll know that there's a light tank in your vicinity. So potentially that M48 Patton could have come a bit closer and tried to spot where Tiger Girl is, but really not taking advantage of teamwork there. Whereas clearly, as the results are showing there, with a 6-1 advantage and almost double hit points of the enemy team still available, just indicates how much damage has been done to the enemy team. So there's the M48 Patton. It's now available as a shot. Now, why was that shot taken? Without being spotted, you can tell by seeing that Tiger Girl moved up to take advantage of the T110E3 with hard cover. That Progetto wouldn't have been able to spot through that. So that was pretty essential and was double bushed as far as the Patton went, so that was a very safe shot to take. But in this spot here, because you're basically unaware, are there any other tanks in the forest, as well as where the FV4005 is, or the Progetto 65 there, it's pretty unsafe at this point. If you do get challenged in this spot, the best thing you can do is turn left and get across the other side of the road, which puts you into a dip, and that puts you below a line that they won't be able to shoot down into until they come right to the edge, which again exposes them to the tanks that are backing you up. Anyway, you can see now the Conqueror has decided to push forward, and that's bringing quite a few of the other tanks with them. The Leopard 1 is hanging back for some reason. That could have been spotting for a fair while, but looks like the target's been achieved. So already close to 9,000 hit points of damage while we were talking, but also the 4 tank kills have been completed as well with the assistance of this light tank. So now you can see Tiger Girl has switched to the other side of the road to get double bushing. That will let her shoot towards the Progetto if that gives the opportunity, but also looking up for where the other tanks are in the Magic Forest there. That was the F4005, which is now gone, and more tanks to come. So already 9,000 hit points of damage spotted, and just racking up some extra hit points there by damaging the Progetto directly. There might be more damage to come, so we'll just see. Can we get to 10,000 combined? That's definitely achievable still. There's still 3 tanks left in the game. Progetto goes down, and we're now looking for that remaining light tank, the T49, that was spotted earlier and seems to have disappeared. Are they still running around? And there you go, right next to where the UDIS is. So Tiger Girl's rushing across trying to get a hit there. Is she going to get the kill? No, doesn't do that, but nonetheless the damage spotting is attributed to Tiger Girl, at least some of it, and there goes the Artie, managed to get the kill there. So 2 kills there, and the Type 61 goes down, and that is the game. 10,021 hit points of combined damage. So once again, Patrol Duty Medal for spotting the most tanks and getting them damaged. The spotted badge there for the getting at least 1,000 hit points of damage there, which is one of the minor awards, of course, and the first class badge there. Decent amount of credits there and experience. We'll just see how that was made up. So finished just on top of the experience side, 1135. It's a bit short of a ace tanker, but yeah, quite a good result there anyway. With 490 hit points of damage, but of course the 9,000 plus hit points of assisted damage there. The next to best experience there was the Batchat Artie, which is not uncommon on the Prokhorov map, I have to say. So shots fired, really not that important. The major part was the damage due to assistance, but that gave just over 10k of combined damage, which again is an excellent result there. And so because the little ammunition fired, very little cost there, and so a great profit of 94k. Anyway, great result there, Tiger Girl.